Say this exact phrase before you present in the house, and you're gonna close more deals, especially if you deal with the very common objection of, we want to get more estimates. Or if you're in the insurance world selling storm damage roofs, we want to talk to other contractors. Now, this magic phrase, which I'm going to teach you word for word, is going to help you not only increase your close rate, but get homeowners willing and eager to get out your competitors' paperwork or estimates that they've already received, so you can compare it side by side. And it's going to make sure you don't get ghosted if you run the appointment, but then they don't buy from you. You know those ones where like you're out there and everything went really great and you thought you got the deal closed, but then you never hear from them again? Yeah, it's going to help put an end to that. Right before we get into it, I just want to say welcome or welcome back. My name is Adam Bensman, and I'm on a mission to stomp the scum out of the roofing industry. And I do that by helping great roofing companies make an even bigger impact together. To learn more, go to rsra.org/join. All right, now let's get into how you should open every sales appointment, because how we open it will dictate how we close it. I call it bookending. What happens at the beginning impacts the end. So what you can expect coming up right now is I'm going to teach you the magic phrase. We're going to break it down, and then I'm going to show you real world examples of how you can apply this at the end of appointments to help you advance the sale. Starting with, as promised, the actual magic phrase. Grab a pen, and you're going to want to write this down. This is what we call our mission and purpose. And when we use this is at the very beginning of the appointment, immediately after we've built rapport. So in other words, this is like what we say to jump in and kickstart the sales appointment. Now, if you're selling retail roofs and you've had more formal training and you have an agenda or expectations, you want to use this right before your agenda and expectations. Here's the magic phrase. Mr. Homeowner, before we get started, I want to explain my mission and purpose with our time together today. Number one is to understand your roof and your needs. And number two is to show you your options. And number three is to help you make a decision, even if it's not with me. Now, you've learned the magic phrase, and if you need to write it down, rewind and watch that part again. Let's break down the psychology, and then we're going to get into the real world examples. Number one, to understand your roof and your needs. What I'm doing here is explaining to the homeowner that I'm going to customize and tailor my solutions to your exact problems, not only with what's going on the roof and potentially the attic and the ventilation, but also based on the homeowner's needs. Where many roofing salespeople get in the house and start word vomiting solutions like, oh, you need a roof, buy a roof from us, here's what we do, blah, 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 that we're going to customize the experience by actually learning about the homeowner and caring about the homeowner. Number two is to show you your options. Now, whether you're selling storm damage roofs or retail roof, it doesn't matter. We are setting the expectation that the homeowner will review options moving forward, whether that's estimates or otherwise. Again, we're going to talk money, price, options. And number three is the biggest one. That is to help you make a decision, even if it's not with me. Now, for those of you psychology geeks like me, this is NLP, or neuro-linguistic programming, where we are using an embedded command to let homeowners know that our mission is to help them make a decision, as in, you will make a decision. Now, I'm looking for a decision. It's a yes or a no. I don't like maybes. But then what we do is we disarm the homeowner. Disarming them is to alleviate the pressure that they feel to make a decision. And that is when we say, to help you make a decision, even if it's not with me. Now, what's really important is that you have to actually mean it. If you don't mean it, you end up having what's called commission breath, because you desperately want the sale and the homeowner feels you just like going after them, practically reaching your hand inside their pocket to grab their wallet. Now, what you'll find from talking with the highest producing salespeople is that they truly approach the sale without a care in the world whether the homeowner buys from them. Their job is to show up, identify the problem, present a solution, and do a darn better job than anyone else, and lay it all out there for the homeowner, knowing that they're just going to do the best job and the homeowner will likely choose them. But if they don't, whatever, move on to the next one. Now, in a recent interview I had with a gentleman named Nate, Nate was newer to the business and he struggled with the objection, you're too expensive. I ran a coaching session for him, which by the way is on YouTube. If you go to my playlist, you'll find it in there. And the title of the video is called Stop Justifying Your Price. I coached Nate through that. Fast forward a few months, Nate became the #1 sales rep in his company, and he sold nearly $1 million in one single month. You heard me right, in a single month. And in a follow-up interview I did with Nate, he explained how vital it was for him to remain detached of the outcome, meaning I don't really care what happens. I'm just here to give you the best guidance and advice I possibly can based on your situation. And as a byproduct of that, as well as what we cover in that interview, which you can watch, called Creating a Knowledge Gap, he ended up, again, selling nearly $1 million in a month. So when we put all of this together, we're giving the homeowner warm and fuzzies, letting them know that we really care about them, explaining and setting expectations that we will be talking money and options moving forward, and then disarming them that we're not going to be using a high pressure tactic. Now, I told you at the end, I put this together in some real world scenarios. There are two very common scenarios where this is going to help, which if you didn't do this in the beginning, makes it really hard to do it at the end. So let's cover the first objection. I want to wait to get more estimates. Now, more often than not, the homeowner already has the next roofing company coming back out. So it'd be very easy for me to use my ARO objection handling formula, acknowledge, reassure, and overcome, to acknowledge the homeowner, reassure them that it's a good decision to get more estimates, and then say, hey, Mr. Homeowner, I understand that your final estimate is coming out on Monday. Now, remember in the beginning of our time together today, I let you know that my mission was to understand your roof and your needs, show you your option, and most importantly, help you make a decision, even if it's not with me. So when would be a good time on Tuesday for me to come back out and we'll review those estimates side by side so I can help you make a decision, even if it's not with me? Would you prefer 9 a.m. or 1 p.m.? Okay, so that's a real world application. But imagine how much harder it would be to do that if I didn't point the homeowner's attention back to, remember at the very beginning when I said this? Now, here's another real world example. Hey, Adam, I'm really glad you came out, but the other guy can do it a lot cheaper. And then bingo, ARO formula, acknowledge, reassure, overcome. And I can say, hey, Mr. Homeowner, remember at the very beginning, I said that my mission was to help you make a decision, even if it's not with me? Why don't you go ahead and grab that other estimate so we can go through them side by side to truly understand the difference, and I'll help you make a decision, even if it's not with me. It is incredibly powerful because remember, how you open your presentation will directly impact how you close it. So from this point moving forward, your goal and your mission is to state your mission and purpose at the very beginning so you can close more deals, get homeowners to bring out the paperwork and not get ghosted again, because you, my friend, are going to end up with the appointment to get back in the house. Now, from here moving forward, you may want even more sales training like this. And for that, you're going to jump into my free training center. You can click the link in the description to get in there. There's no catch. Also, I want you to hang with me here on YouTube because I hand-selected this very next video for you on why it is so important to remain detached from the outcome and how you can do this. Because once you know how to do this, you're going to be able to start closing even more sales. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you on the next one.